So I was going through your bio sketch, and you have very versatile experiences in terms of your academic as well as extracurricular activities. So out of everything, you have got interested in this subject because of your family or your father were involved in the fight between Sahara and Sevi. So I'd be asking you the first question that so despite you have a very good academic background, so why do you will never do why you will not go you will not go for academic career in your subject geology, rather you will be choosing regulatory as a for career option.
Sir, I think I have been very versatile in nature in my whole academic profile over the years. And for choosing zoology as a subject, there was no interest in that particular subject as such. I was always interested in going to some regulatory domain, but at the same time, answering your question that why I want to go for zoology in my academic career, I do not find the versatile nature of the field non-versatile nature of the field very attractive. It's very much concentrated into one type of study, and I'm also aware that there are not many opportunities that are of my interest in this field.
Okay. So tell me, what do you understand by regulation?
Sir, regulation as such is a rule which is given by some authority, administration, or some organization in their area of authority where they can control conduct to achieve some specific goal or target.
So why it is different from legal system, right? Regulatory system and the legal system. Why these two things are different?
Sir, I think that legal system is after your rights or rights are infringed, or legal system is for the protection of constitution, but regulation as such at the basic level is not for the protection of constitution. It is for the protection of a particular sector it is involved in. So if like regulation is environment oriented, so it is for the protection of environment, and the parts of constitution are not much involved, whereas in legal system the constitution is the foremost system of reference.
Okay. So uh, why do you think that regulatory is important as per the industry and the any aspect where you want to implement regulatory bodies?
I think that regulation as such is very much important for the nation and the society in a total way, because regulation is not only a tool of a very much important tool of governance, but it also ensures that the rights of individuals are protected. There are no monopolistic practices or malpractices going on that particular sector in which the regulation is applied, and at the same time indirectly it increases the opportunities, it increases the service quality of that sector, and also the availability of the resources of that sector. And if there is a robust regulatory system, in my opinion, that the governance trust will increase, and unity and integrity, emotional integrity of the society or the governance system will also increase. So, regulation or regulatory authorities are as such very important for a connection or trust link between the governance and the public.
Okay. So can you also suggest some the disadvantages of having a regulatory system?
Yes, sir. If the system is over-regulated, then most of the disadvantages come in the form of lack of innovation and lack of growth and development in that particular sector. Because many a times in many areas of our country and many countries as well, regulation is seen as a string which will tie around the sector so tightly that the sector is not able to grow, will be not able to grow or develop in a particular pace which it has potential to. So I think this is one of the flaw of regulation. Also, over-regulation is not only in the form of how strict the rules are, it is also in the form of number of regulatory authorities present, So if in a particular sector there are multiple regulatory authorities, it will also overlap and delay the justice or the decision-making system of that regulator, and in turn, which will infringe the rights of the individuals or the organization or the group, which are beneficiaries of that regulation system.
Okay, so talking about government-based activities and processes, will the self-built regulatory mechanism which will be the better mechanism, self-built regulatory mechanism or a separate body to regulate that activities or
Sir,
process?
it highly depends on the sector which we are aiming for regulation, because there are many types of regulation where independent regulation is running and is very prominent. We can see that in many social media platforms and areas where till now there was a independent regulation occurring. So I think that in a country like India, for now, we must have in economic, social, and legal aspects. We must have regulatory authority, independent regulatory authority, not a regulatory authority which is governed by government only, like Ministry of Finance and all this. I'm talking about other independent regulators. But in coming years, when the development and the growth of our country is at its peak, I think the self-regulatory mechanism of the sectors will be enough for regulation, and this can allow opportunities for growth of that sector.
Okay, so there is also the mechanism to regulate processes, which everyone has suggested and we have been fighting for it, which is called Lokpal. So when the Lokpal will be there, so even then the regulation or regulatory body will be as relevant as they are right now, or will they lose the relevancy at when the Lokpal will come?
No, sir, it will not. The regulatory authorities will not lose their relevancy. In my opinion, it will enhance the effectiveness of the process, because if there is a ombudsman authority or a lokpal present in the particular sector, then it will make sure that there are no corruption processes or malpractices going on that in that sector. But at the same time, ombudsman authority is not the ultimate type of filter which can check on every process. So getting another regulatory authority over it is not a harm, unless and until the combination of both is detrimental to that sector.
Okay. So can you also suggest some tools that regulatory body uses? Take any example of any regulatory body and tell us some tools that they use to regulate the industry or companies.
As such, sir, I am not very aware of the tools, but I have read that guidelines, rules, and pamphlets and these types of documents are issued by RBI for regulating the market and the banks. So this is one of the tool I know, but I have to read about it more for other sectors.
Okay. Okay. Can you define citizen charter?
No, sir, I'm not aware of it.
Okay. So the other thing that I would like to know that do you know any industry or any activity that happens in India, either government-based procedure or other industry, which is not being regulated right now, and there is a very urgent need to regulate that industry.
Sir, I think I have two of the regulations in mind, two or three. One is the nuclear sector regulator. It
But
was
they
one.
have nuclear energy. Nuclear sector has a regulator which is called AERC, I think.
Sir, as far as I know, there was a specific nuclear regulator which was established for which a bill was taken into consideration in 2011, but it was lapsed soon. And after that, the total nuclear sector has been not met with a regulator since then. If and I am not aware of AERC as well. I'm sorry for that. And I think the school fees regulator. As such, a national regulator for school fees and school accreditation system is also not present in our country. At the same time, regulations for hospital and their charges of fees and their services is also not present. And I think these three are very much important in our country right
Okay. So coming towards the recent times, we are suffering these days, the national economy. So after this slowdown or after this pandemic, uh, we need to promote industry more and more in term of so that they can come up with new idea, generate new, create new product line or service line or supply chains to bring employment. So, do you think that the regulatory bodies will be uh, matlab, the kind of impediment to the kind of what they can resist the growth in that way after? Do we need to curb down the power of regulatory body, or we still need to have more regulated or
now. I think, sir, that innovation and technology sector, there is a specific need of slowing down the regulation system and decreasing their powers. Because in our country, there is a natural trend of banning the innovation if it seems that it will harm the country or the government in charge in long run or something. So I think that modern directed solutions can be the solution at the same time, but until then, we as a country are lacking modern RegTech solutions and those associations at a whole. So I think until that happens and until we get modern RegTech solutions in our country very common, we should curb down the regulations a bit so that there is innovation. And in my opinion, we should provide a playground for innovation and technology increment where we can watch them and analyze them and make sure that there are no malpractices. But at the same time, we should not stop them completely from innovation.
okay. So one last thing that I'll be asking you. You were talking about there is a certain urgent need of regulation for the educational domain of
Yes.
India. So I believe you must be you must be talking like there should be separate regulatory bodies for school education and as well as higher education. So there is a regulatory body which is for technical education, which is called AICT. So, but still, people say is that there is a research that only few percentage of our technical graduates or management graduates are uh, unemployed, sorry, employable. So where do you think, how did this happen, even if we had a regulatory body since start or since many year in terms of to guide or to regulate technical education?
Sir, I think the problem lies in the root. Because if we give a regulatory authority at the top position of technical education and higher education, we still lack in the quality education at the lower level. So if there is no accreditation system or accreditation checking regulatory authority at the bottom of the education or at the basic level of education, I think the quality of students we produce, which go in technical sector or the higher education sector, will be less compared to other countries which have these types of regulation. And after that, even if we consider a regulator like AICTE or UGC, I don't think that there will be much of a difference because from initially at basic level, our people or our students are not of that great quality, which we are expecting them to be.
Okay. So okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So so basically, I focused over the regulatory part only.
Hmm.
क्योंकि since you were giving the answers और उसी से नए questions आ जा रहे थे, है
Hmm.
ना? So I never had to leave होता है ना कि इसको छोड़ के कुछ और पूछने का बना नहीं,
Hmm.
and otherwise I could have gone into your subjects also, or I could have gone into current affair related topic also. और दूसरा ये था कि since I knew that करंट अफेयर्स में तुम्हारा ओवरऑल पकड़ अच्छा है, रिसेंट टाइम्स में हमने डिस्कशन वगैरह भी बहुत सारे टॉपिक्स पे किए ही हैं,
Hmm.
सो आई इंटेंशनली अवॉइडेड दैट. बट एनीवे तुम्हारी क्लैरिटी वगैरह सब बिल्कुल ठीक है. ठीक है, तुम्हें और बहुत ज्यादा तुम्हें पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं है, बस अपडेट रखने की जरूरत है।
हाँ
ये एटॉमिक एनर्जी रेगुलेटरी बोर्ड है,
हाँ
जो रिसेंटली मतलब फाउंड तो बहुत पहले हुआ था, बट दे केम इनटू पावर इन रिसेंट, किसी उसमें 3-4 साल पहले ही।
अच्छा
और दूसरा चीज ये था कि जो ओवरलैप वाली बात वगैरह जो तुम कर रहे थे, मतलब एवरीथिंग वाज गुड, इट्स लाइक यू आर वेल अवेयर। और बाकी मुझे बाय द जो आंसर की क्वालिटी है उसके कारण मैंने वो सब भी नहीं पूछा तुमसे कि तुम क्या करना चाहते हो, सो इट इज क्वाइट क्लियर, है ना। तो ठीक है, अब इस बार तो तुम्हारा बहुत बेटर रहा। ठीक है, सो नेक्स्ट वाले सब्जेक्ट का अब कर लो
हाँ
एक बार।
हाँ सर,
ठीक
वो
है,
मैं कर लेता हूँ। अब मार्क्स देंगे क्या सर?
हाँ, मार्क्स के
मार्क्स
लिए
देंगे।
पहले बोला करो, पता है, मैं आई एलोकेट द वो मतलब
अच्छा।
पैरामीटर्स। नेक्स्ट
हाँ
टाइम किसी का ले रहे होंगे ना इंटरव्यू तो बोलना, बिकॉज क्या होता है कि मार्क्स ना ऐसे अभी देंगे तो बहुत, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, उसका कौन सा एरर बोलते हैं, जो लिस्ट काउंट है ना, वो बहुत बड़ा हो जाएगा।
हाँ
इफ आई गिव मार्क्स राइट नाउ, अगर तुम मुझे
हाँ
ऐसे 5 ब्रैकेट बना के अगर हम दे रहे होते, तो आई वुड हैव आस्क्ड सम मोर क्वेश्चन आल्सो, बिकॉज ऑल दीस क्वेश्चन वर नॉट सफिशिएंट टू जज यू फॉर ऑल द क्राइटेरिया
हाँ सर,
which
ये भी है।
for which we give marks। तो
हाँ
उसमें क्या होता है ना कि एक इंटरव्यूअर, जैसे अगर आप एनालिटिकल स्किल्स है, ऑब्जर्वेशन है, फ्यूचर मतलब अलाइनमेंट है, कोर्स अलाइनमेंट है ना, ओवरऑल नॉलेज है, तो ये सारे चीजों पे ना आपको पूछना पड़ता है क्वेश्चन, मतलब यू कैन नॉट जस्ट
हाँ
गिव मार्क्स रैंडम। अभी कभी कभी क्या होता है, एक क्वेश्चन में तुमने आंसर ही ऐसा दे दिया विच शोज टू ऑफ योर क्वालिटी, तो आई
हम्म
कैन बिग मार्क गिव मार्क्स टू बोथ ऑफ द कॉलम, बट फिर उसको
हम्म।
हिसाब से पूछना पड़ता है। तो वो
हाँ
वाला जो इंटरव्यू टेकिंग प्रोसेस है ना, इट्स क्वाइट टफ, उसमें
हाँ
और मेंटल स्ट्रेन पड़ता है इंटरव्यूअर को। तो
हाँ
इसलिए
सर।
नेक्स्ट टाइम से कोई इंटरव्यू दे रहा होगा तो मार्किंग के लिए तो पहले बता देना, तो आई क्रिएट दैट चार्ट पहले।
सर कंसाइज वे में मेरे को क्या इम्प्रूवमेंट की जरूरत है, कुछ आप बता सकते
ऐसा कोई इम्प्रूवमेंट की जरूरत नहीं है, मैं सबसे बेटर काम ये होगा ना कि तुम दूसरों के साथ इन्वॉल्व रह रहे हो, वो ज्यादा बेटर है
हैं?
ना।
हाँ
तो
हाँ
और जितने लोगों का प्रॉब्लम है कहीं कहीं पे